When exactly is a miniature finished? Is it when the last highlight's on? When the base is done? Or is it when I quietly give up and put it in the display case so I don't have to look at it anymore? Maybe it's when I take a photo, post it online, and immediately see someone else's model that makes me want to bin mine and start all over again. Let's talk about it. Today we are diving into the deeply unscientific and emotionally unstable question, what makes a mini feel finished? I recently painted a model that I thought was more or less finished. Actually this one here. I'd blocked out the colours, I had added some texture, some highlights, some volume, set it nicely on the plinth, worked out a bunch of kinks, and for all intents and purposes I felt reasonably happy with it. In fact, many would have been happy with that state. And then I stared at it for a couple of days like it owed me rent, and I decided I would take advantage of the fact that I have a Golden Demon winner on tap over at Get Good, and I sent it to Magnus for a look over. He came back with a bit of a reality check in the nicest way, of course. He could tell that I'd airbrushed the base coats, but that it wasn't necessarily refined. He could see intent, but not necessarily execution. He saw areas that could easily shine and things that I had overlooked or not even considered. So we chatted and I realised it wasn't even close to finished. Now I was actually ready to call it done before I sent it to him, but he showed me quite easily that there was work there needing done. Now, aside from highlighting my own inability to tell whether a piece is ready to display or not, it got me thinking that finished isn't really a checklist. And for me that's a fairly new problem. I don't really paint for the table or for gaming anymore. I paint with judges, mentors and deadlines in the back of my head. And I mean, finished can be a checklist, I suppose, in a sense, if your checklist contains all the things that you think are needed to complete a piece, but maybe it's more of a, and I'm not mad about this word, vibe. In fact, let's just use feeling, because I'm 42 and I need to stop saying things like vibe. So let's start with the most honest kind of finished, right? And the one that I lived in for a few years, which is the tabletop pass, let's call it. Paint is on all the parts, the base has something on it that isn't your fingerprint, and you can put it on the tabletop without anyone asking if it's not finished yet, or it's basically the done is better than perfect level of finished. It's the I need this painted by Friday night for a game I definitely forgot about kind of paint job. And honestly, it's fine. Not every model needs to be a display piece. Some minis just need to exist, essentially. And if it makes you feel better, some of the models I used to win games with are painted like absolute garbage. Coincidence? Yeah, probably, but I'm not repainting them to find out. And honestly, that version of finished served me really well when I was new to the hobby. It just doesn't answer the same questions that I'm asking now. The next kind of finished is what we might call like the 3-foot rule. If it looks good from about like this far away, then it's probably done, right? This is where colour balance, contrast, overall cohesion kind of kick in. Like nothing's jumping out, nothing's screaming, oh, I forgot to paint that bit. And crucially, your eye isn't immediately drawn to the mistakes that you know are there. And for beginner me, that was enough until I started caring about what it looked at like from 1 foot and then 6 inches and then under a lamp with someone else holding it. But we'll get to that, right? So here's the thing. You will always know where the problems are, but most other people are just going to go, oh cool, that looks nice, and move on with their lives, which quite honestly is pretty rude. This level's also where basing and cohesive army pieces do a terrifying amount of heavy lifting, right? You can get away with a lot if the base looks intentional and if all your army is done to the same level. But that doesn't necessarily hold up under scrutiny, and it might not win you a Best Painted Army award unless you've got a pretty unique army or some flashy gimmick hidden up your display board. So then there's, let's say, my personal favourite version of finished, the emotional finish, right? This is where you don't hate it anymore, right? You stop picking it up, you stop thinking, oh, I'll just fix this one little thing, and instead you think, right, if I touch this again, I'm probably going to make it worse. And this is also the point where your brain quietly says like, yeah, all right, that'll do. And look, this isn't giving up, right? This is knowing when the return on effort has completely tanked, like, because past a certain point, every extra step is just a risk of ruining the blend, risk of repainting an entire face because the eye went weird, risk of spiraling into some sort of paint-related madness. And I've absolutely destroyed models that were finished, so learn from my mistakes. And interestingly, this is usually the point where I think, oh, it's ready for feedback, which, as Magnus very politely demonstrated, is often rather optimistic. So then we've got the showcase finish. This is the full experience, right? Competition level, this kind of finish is intentional. You choose it, you know you're going deep and you accept the time sink, the grind. And that's great, genuinely. But it's also optional. Not every model needs this level of attention, not every model needs to be a competition piece. It's very easy as someone who doesn't play games anymore to feel like every piece I start needs to be my next Golden Demon entry or competition centerpiece. Especially when you've had external validation before, that voice doesn't go away, it just raises the stakes. But not every project deserves it, nor does every painter need that kind of pressure, right? It's okay to do a piece just to do it. We have a very forgiving hobby and we need to remember to go easy on ourselves. Take a beat to do a project that you show nobody. Smash out a 4-hour challenge piece. Heck, try and paint something in 1 hour and see how you get on. Also, not every painter wants the pressure of competition level every time or enjoys it, and that is completely fine. If every mini got a showcase finish, I'd probably paint about 4 minis a year and I'd hate all of them. The real problem is that at a certain level, stopping stops being obvious. You're not fixing mistakes anymore, you're just moving them around. Like you repaint something not because it's bad, but because you might be able to do it better, and that's, I guess, where models go to die. Like the dangerous point isn't halfway, it's when a piece is like 95. Did I just spit there? The dangerous point isn't halfway, it's like when a piece is 99 to 95% finished, and you can see every possible improvement, but you don't know which ones actually matter. And then you do the worst thing you could do at that stage. You go online and you look at someone else's work, someone who made different decisions for a different brief under different lighting, and suddenly your piece feels totally unfinished again, not because it is, but because your standards just moved while you weren't looking. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. A mini is finished when it's done for what it's meant to be. Is it a tabletop piece? It's finished when it plays well and it looks coherent. Is it a display model? Then it's finished when you've said what you wanted to say with it. Is it a personal project? Then it's finished when you feel okay letting it go or when you've scratched that painting itch. There is no universal finish line, I don't think. There's just context, intent, and knowing when to stop poking it with a stick. Which is a skill, and it's one that I'm still learning. So what Magnus really showed me was that the model wasn't badly painted, it was that my definition of finished had changed, and I hadn't caught up to that realization yet. So your finish line depends on who you are right now. So I'm curious, what makes a mini feel finished to you? How do you define finished? Is it a checklist of things that you've ticked off? Is it a gut feeling? Or do you just run out of patience and varnish it out of spite? Let me know in the comments, or if you want to further discuss this, you're welcome to join the Discord. Quite happy to talk about these things. I love it, in fact. And if this helped you feel slightly less guilty about the thing that's on your desk right now, you know what to do. But if you don't know what to do, just like, subscribe for free, all of that good stuff, and that'll be fine.